All right, so let's find the volume above. Z is the cube root of 3 over 1. Sorry, cube root. Square root of 3 over 1 times the square root of x squared plus y squared underneath the sphere of radius 1.
Cube root of 3 is massive.
Look what I found. You want to help? Are you helping? Are you eating little bits of lint off the floor? Okay, thoughts? I'm just going to do this problem holding a minifig. What do you guys got? Help me out here. My hands are full.
I'll choose
coordinate system.
Okay, we should pick a coordinate system. Okay.
Spherical sounds good.
So spherical sounds good? Why does spherical sound good? Because there's a sphere, right? Okay. All right, so if I'm trying to do spherical, what do I need to integrate in spherical to find volume? Or
the phi,
Rho squared.
rho, that's it, yeah.
need rho squared sine phi. Right, really I need 1 times d volume. And d volume is rho squared sine phi d what?
Whatever.
D things, right?
Yeah.
Rho, theta, and phi in some order. Okay, so thoughts? Which order would be easiest?
First would be the closest, probably. Right?
Phi first?
Yeah, because we can get rid of all the ph's.
Okay, you want to do phi on the inside? Okay, so where do the phis range? First, what does this thing look like? There's a sphere, right? And then there's a cone in it.
Okay, that's not all what I was imagining.
So I'm looking at an ice cream cone that's got a little bit of ice cream in it. Not tons, but a little bit. Okay, so where do the phis range?
We have to find the geometry of the cone.
Yeah, how about let me give you a little bit of help here.
Yeah.
So there's a z-axis, right?
Draw your x-axis.
And then if we draw the x-axis in, then right here is a triangle we might find helpful.
I kept thinking that the cone was touching the.
Yeah, phis this angle.
I set y equal to 0 and then
Perfect.
tried some random x value and got the z and then
Right, so if I want the green triangle,
backwards from there.
right, that's in the y is 0 cut. So in the y is 0 cut, I'm looking at z is the cube root of 3 over 1 absolute value of x, right? Do I care about the negative x's for right now? For my triangle? No. Okay. So then what's this thing? How about if I ask Algebra 1 students that live within you, what's this thing?
Line.
Yeah, it's a line, right? And then what's this guy?
A slope.
That's the slope, right? And what's the slope? It's a rise over a run. So the rise is root 3 and the run is 1. That makes this angle here. Yeah, there weren't very many things you had to remember in algebra, right? Now I've got like, you'll have 4 or 5 years of experience with math to draw on. So I can pull weird stuff out of algebra 1 and expect you to know it inside and out.
Pi over 6.
So this is 5 or 6 from trig class.
I didn't remember it. I had to like guess with my calculator.
Yeah, so the other thing you could do is you could do the inverse tangent of
There's nothing in there.
1 over the cube root of 3.
Always was it.
Okay, so my phis, right? First things first, go from where to what?
0 to pi over 6.
0 to
But,
2 pi over 6. The phis, yeah. So what were you talking about, Jacob?
For theta.
Okay, where do you want to do theta? Next or last?
0 to 2 pi.
Here.
Oh,
Theta's always last.
Doesn't matter.
yeah.
Pick one.
Yeah.
So 0 to 2 pi in the thetas.
And then bar.
And then the rows, where should they go?
0 to the sphere.
Yeah, they need to go from 0 to the surface of the sphere, so they need to go from 0 to 1. Perfect. And then you can break this into 3 pieces, right? Integral from 0 to 2 pi d theta. Integral from 0 to 1 of rho squared d rho. And the integral from 0 to pi over 6 of sine of d theta. Cool?
Would it have mattered of how we broke down that cone? Because when I think of when it says a sphere within a, or a cone within the sphere, I think of the vertice touching the outside.
Oh, yeah.
And that's how I tried to approach mine. I just kept getting loops.
Yeah, so if you try to draw this thing like this, kind
Yes.
of, yeah, it's, those equations don't match this picture is the problem.
Because
So-
that's how I imagined it when I was working.
Yeah, so one thing I might check, right, is where does this thing start at all? Like if I plug in x is 0 and y is 0, what do I get out for z?
So,
Yeah, I don't get an option, right?
How'd you get z equals root 3 over y equals x?
This guy?
Yeah.
I took a y is 0 slice, right? And then I had z was that absolute value, or was this number times the absolute value of x.
Oh, because it's a,
Square root of x squared, right?
okay.
And then I really only care about the right-hand side, right? I'm only looking in first quadrant, so that means x is positive. So I'm gonna drop the absolute value bit, and then I'm gonna look at this. But really all it is a trick to give me this triangle. You could slice along any line at all. It'll still give you this triangle.
Okay.
It's cool enough?